In this video, we're going to show you how to install a windshield washer reservoir on your Nissan Versa located up behind the passenger side fender liner. Start by removing the center cap if you have one. We're going to go ahead and use our pry tool. Pop that off and set it aside. Using a 21mm socket, you want to go ahead, loosen and remove the lug nuts. Go ahead and remove the wheel, set it aside. On the bottom side of the bumper, there's going to be some plastic push pins. We're going to use our trim tool. We're going to pop out the center of these here. Around the perimeter of the inside, you're going to find a series of these plastic push pins. We want to use our trim tool, pop out these buttons. You're probably going to have a few around the side here. We're missing a couple. And then we have one up in the back here. We found one on the bottom side here. Grab the fender liner. Peel that down. Working your way out of the back side here. On the lower portion, inside here, we have a 10mm bolt. I'm going to use our ratchet and socket. Go ahead and spin that out and remove it. We did spray ours down with some rust penetrant. Now this bolt up here is accessible from up top in the engine compartment. You can't get your hand up in the back. You might be able to touch it with your finger, but you can't get a tool up inside there. That bolt comes through the other side and it will coming through on the new component here. So let's head on up top and go ahead and remove that. I want this port right here. This is the fill area. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. I want to go ahead and disconnect our hose here from the pump. We have a catch can here. I'm going to pop the hose out of the other side of the pump. The hose is stuck on there a little bit. There is some flexibility in this hose on the other side. So what I'm going to do is simply cut the tail end of it just before the pump itself. Go ahead and pull this down. Then we have the pump motor right here. There's a little tab on the top, and we'll go ahead and push on that and disconnect the pump motor. Disconnect the hoses from up top and the side. And the electrical harness. Now if you notice as we pull this down, the upper portion here is still up. There's a rubber seal. You can only pull this up through the top. We'll go ahead and get the old tank out and set that aside. Now underneath this cover, this fill area, this fill tube here is held on with a plastic clip going in sideways here. So we're going to use our trim tool. We need to get inside there. I'm going to pop up some of these buttons. This is going to give us access to that retainer. So go ahead and remove a series of these clips here, just enough to go ahead and pull up on this cover, giving us access to this button here. This will allow us a little more flexibility to get in here. And if we lift this up, the retainer is right here. So we're going to use our trim tool. We're going to pop out this retainer button. I'm just going to reach up through the fender well and pull that out. Okay, to remove the fill tube. Don't forget to remove the retaining button here for the filler neck. You want to go ahead and reuse this. Let's go ahead and snake our new fill tube up. Push this up and into position. Now's a safe bet that you can go ahead and install the little retaining button here. All right, the retaining tab is held in place. Pop your cover on down. Install your retainer buttons back into the top. And when we feed this up, I want to make sure that the fill tube goes into the rubber grommet here. Don't forget to install your components here. Let's pop those on now. Go ahead and install the lower bolt. Now we're just going to get that in most of the way. It is a slotted hole. The tank is adjustable. We want to make sure we can get our upper bolt in first. We'll tighten down that upper bolt and then we'll come back and tighten down our lower bolt. All right, we'll get this upper bolt started. Going to get it in a few threads. I'm going to slide my power tool back in there. Yes, we can fit a electric ratchet in there. I just want that to be gently snug. It doesn't be over tightened. We're just securing plastic. Now we're just going to snug that down. Okay, feed our fender liner back up into position. Now that we have our liner in place, we can go ahead and start to reinstall all of our plastic buttons here. Just going to continue this process all the way around just as we remove them. Now that we're done with the inside of the wheel well liner, let's go ahead and install the lower front clips. Install the retainer buttons here and here. Go ahead and grab your wheel. I'm going to reinstall this here, get the lug nuts put on. I want to go ahead and get these all started by hand. Once we have all these started by hand and on several threads, we'll go ahead and snug them down. Go ahead and torque down your lug nuts to 83 foot-pounds. Once you've torqued it, go ahead and grab your wheel cap, if you have a wheel cap. Locate the notch. This is going to accommodate the valve stem. You want to line that up best possible. And tap this on. This point here, go ahead and open up your cover. You can go ahead and fill your washer tank with your choice of washer fluid. When you're all done, Close it up and close your hood. You're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.